I got pregnant when I was 15, had baby Ben when I was 16. That's something I've only recently been able to say out loud, that I was that young. My son's name is Benjamin Maxwell Joseph. We named him after his father. When he was alive, I would call him Benjamini, and now I refer to him as Baby Ben. I had him January 4th, 2001. So we had 6.5 months with him, and he was very healthy. I knew that African American males had a higher risk of sudden infant death syndrome. I had read all the pamphlets that came from the hospital that came with him. So I knew about SIDS, I knew about safe sleep. I was very diligent about it for the first 6 months because that was the highest risk. So in the 2 weeks that I would lose him, I became less stringent on safe sleep. The night that we lost him, I went to kind of tickle him to see if he'd wake up, and he didn't respond. His little hands were cold, so I woke up his dad, and he grabbed him, and I could see his body was limp, and he had a little fluid coming out of his mouth or nose. I can kind of play it back like a scene from a movie of screaming, crying, feeling very lost and alone. The most painful memory, besides losing him, my baby brother at the time, I think he was probably 8 or 9, and he got to see him, and he touched him and looked at me and said, "He's cold," and cried. That sticks out in my mind the most because it's like, even though I was 17, that had a huge impact because I knew that this loss didn't only affect me, it affected our whole community and my family. I carried the guilt of that for many, many years, of knowing that I brought this child into the world, we lost him, and I just had a lot of guilt. And we didn't really think about support groups, we didn't think about reaching out to anybody else who's gone through this. So for a long time, probably like, I want to say it was about 10 years or 8 to 10 years, that I really felt like this only happened to me, even though logically and rationally I knew that it happened to many people. An amazing group of parents in LA County who have all gone through this experience, and we're all able to support each other just by knowing each other and just knowing that we're not the only one who's experienced the loss. We're having a little girl, and I also am excited about that because I feel like it'll maybe be a teeny tiny bit easier not having comparisons to baby Ben.